What's up, everybody? It's your boy Money Mark coming at you guys in another edition of Sneaker Saturdays. I'm super happy to be here with you guys on another beautiful Saturday morning, afternoon, or night, whenever you guys decided to click the video. And yeah, we're here. The birds are chirping, the bees are singing, and we got three exclusive sneakers to talk about today. And I'm super excited to be bringing to you guys today. And like I said, we're gonna continue to stay in the future. We're gonna continue to this Back to the Future series that we're doing. And I think definitely it's just a better look. We got future drops. Back in the days when we were doing the other episodes, I was doing drops that were dropping that day, things of that nature, and it wasn't giving you guys enough time to get your house in order to make it happen. So today, we're doing it. We're gonna continue to talk about things, giving you guys at least 2 or 3 more weeks to get yourself in order, to get your house in order. And I'm super hyped and I'm super excited to talk about 3 new drops this Saturday. Let's get it started. Okay, so first on deck, we're gonna talk about a Jordan sneaker. In fact, we're gonna be talking about nothing but Jordans this episode. We're gonna talk about the Jordan sneaker that's set to drop next year. It is coming from that Jordan 6 collection, that Jordan 6 silhouette, coming from that Carmine. I feel since the Carmines dropped, Jordan 6 have had a real insurgence. We're seeing more and more Jordan 6s coming down the pipeline, and I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. I think that, when we're looking at sneakers and we're looking at the hype sneakers, there's always a hype sneaker, right? At one point in time it was the 11. I think like 4 or 5 years ago it was the 3 and the 4s. And right now, I think last year is the Jordan 1s. If Jordan 6s are the new wave, I'm here for it. I'm here for it because I love unique sneakers, and I love sneakers that give you a lot of options when it comes down to color palettes, as well as sneakers that are not commonly what we're used to. And Jordan 6s, essentially, when the Carmines dropped, especially when we first saw a good look at it, a good glimpse of it, I didn't know what to necessarily expect. And until I actually put my hands on them and I realized how dope those sneakers are. And I think this next shoe is gonna fill that category as well. We are talking about the Jordan 6 Midnight Navy. That's right, the Jordan 6 Midnight Navy. Now, when looking at this Jordan 6 Midnight Navy, it is, of course, a primary white sneaker, of course. But what's dope about the sneaker is that the accents are there where it counts. Just looking at the sneaker in general, of course, we got an all white leather colorway on this bad boy, from the entire body, on the underlays, on the uppers, basically on the entire shoe. Of course, we have, the typical Jordan 6 lace lock. That bad boy, of course, is that nylon material with the navy Jordan sign smack dab in the middle of that thing. White shoelaces, of course, and we got the little signature Jordan 6 lace lock, of course, on the top of the laces, of course. And then we got the navy, that midnight navy tongue with the midnight navy back tab, with a little light blue on the navy back tab, of course. Because, of course, typically speaking with Jordan 6s, they always give you like a primary color and then like a lighter color on the back tab as well, to give you just a little bit of an accent, just a little bit of a splash, so to speak. We have, of course, on the bottom sole, we have a mid sole that is that midnight navy, of course. Primarily, the bottom sole is a white with that signature Jordan 6 gel sole that is included in that. And that is honestly one of the things that makes this sneaker so dope. Like with the Carmines, you had that gel sole mixed in with the white. With the UNC whites that are dropping 2022, you see that same thing as well. And you see the same thing with this. You get that nice, dope, ice blue gum bottom that kind of accents the navy midsole and keeping this thing super dope, super fresh. It's super simple, but I definitely think this is gonna be a sneaker that people are gonna definitely wanna go ahead and cop. It's definitely a sneaker that I think you should definitely get in your hands. It's definitely something that is going to be, it's definitely something that's gonna give you a little bit of oomph, when something to because at the end of the day, we're getting a lot of colors from Jordan. We're getting a lot of large primary colors from Jordans. It's good to have a subtle, dope sneaker that's still gonna turn heads, We're looking at a price point, of course, of $190, okay, which is the typical norm. Within that $150 to $250 range, essentially. It's a $100 range, but it's within that range, of course. And we're looking at March 2022 for that to drop. I'm super excited about it. You should be excited about it too. Okay, so next on the list, we're gonna go ahead and continue to stay, of course, with MJ, your airness. And we got ourselves another unique sneaker, a sneaker that we don't see come around pretty often. We have ourselves a Jordan 9, y'all, a Jordan 9. This is the Jordan 9 Chile Red. I think it's Chile Red. That's how I imagine you spell child, C-H-I-L-E, like Chile Red.
Child, please.
Yo, Chile Red. This bad boy right here is definitely an eye turner. Keeping up with that classic all red sneaker that of course was made famous, I believe, from the Red October release of the Yeezy 2s, Air Yeezy 2s, because you know there's the Yeezy Adidas and then the Nike Yeezy, and the Air Yeezys. And I think these shoes essentially really came in style. The all red colorway for a sneaker really came in style when the Red October dropped. This is like the third time I've mentioned that sneaker. As you can see, there's a pattern here. But anyways, yeah, third time I've mentioned it. All red silhouette, and let's get into it. So jumping at this thing first, you see that primarily this thing, this Chile Red, which is kind of like a fire red, is the primary color of the sneaker in general. We have, of course, a black bottom sole with the typical Jordan 9 accents on the bottom of it. You have, of course, a mud guard on this thing that sits on the top or right above the bottom sole, essentially. That is, of course, a patent leather red. Keeping up with that red theme, of course. We have primary red throughout the course of the sneaker. The lace holes, or the lace eyelids, I think they call them, those are black, just to give it a little bit of accent. We still got the fire red shoestrings on there as well. Fire red tongue with a black Jordan accent on top of that. So we got the Jordan bar, it's all black, and then the letters are in red, giving you that accent. Black back tab on that thing. You know, the back tab looking super dope. And of course, we've got the classic back tab for the Jordan 9 in general as well. It is just a sleek, all red sneaker. Me personally, I don't typically do the all red sneaker. I've had a couple pair of all reds. I think I had an all red pair of Pumas, but I typically, the thing with the all red is that at one point in time, everybody did it. And everybody was rocking it, but I definitely think this is a shoe that's gonna be dope. I think red for most people is typically their primary favorite color. A lot of people are loving the red, and this thing is coming around February 25th, around that Valentine's Day season. I think you're gonna see a lot of his and her pairs. It definitely comes in multiple sizes, of course. You're looking at a price point of $190 for this, around the same range as the Midnight Navies. Definitely a sneaker that should be copped by all, and definitely a sneaker that you should definitely get in your hands. And I definitely think it's gonna be a sneaker you're gonna be able to rock, of course, with your lady. I definitely haven't had a chance. I haven't done a his and her pair in a minute. It might be something that me and the missus may do, but definitely take a look at that, get your house in order, and get that in your collection. Okay, so next on deck, we have another unique offering from the Jordan brand. I told you it's gonna be all Jordan. I told you it's gonna be all Nike this go around. I didn't disappoint. We, of course, have the Jordan 8 Rui Hachimuras. Hachimura. And you're guessing, it's right. This is Jordan's signature shoe for, of course, Mr. Hachimura. Now, of course, it's not Jordan's signature shoe because typically speaking, we of course have the Russell Westbrook line, and multiple individuals usually have, Zion of course has his own individual shoe as well. But of course, celebrating the signing of Mr. Hachimura to the Jordan brand, it wouldn't be right if Jordan did not, of course, celebrate this new addition to the Jordan team and celebrate him to his Japanese audience by giving him his own signature shoe. And looking at this thing, it looks super dope. So we gotta talk about it. We gotta get into the nitty gritty of this thing, right? Of course. So looking at it, we have, of course, now the colorways of this is interesting. It's called a twin gym red black sesame. So I guess this is the amalgamation of the whole thing. So looking at the sesame colorway and individually and looking at it, it's almost weird. It's like it's almost like a wood grain, just like a tweed look to it. You kind of have a suede overlay on that as well. That's it's really dope in and of itself. It's a Jordan 8 first and foremost, and we don't see too many things done differently to the Jordan 8. Really ever. we typically don't. So of course, giving us a new offering is super exciting. The sesame colorway is super dope. I'm actually a fan of the brown, the brown and the mocha panels of colors when it comes down to sneakers in general. I feel that they pop out because you're not used to looking at them. It almost like it gives you that boot feel to it. Looking at it, of course, this thing is suede on the overlays. You gotta have, and it's almost like a two-tone suede, right? Because I mean, the underlays of suede look like they're suede as well, but it's like a different color suede. It's like a softer suede. It might even be a leather. I only seen necessarily a glance of it, but might be even a leather on that as well. The straps, the straps that overlay the shoelaces are, of course, suede. We have black accents on it as well. We also have, when you're looking at it, when you're taking a deep look at it, you got to take a look at that tongue. The tongue, of course, is kind of in that twill color, and it has, of course, the logo. My man got his own logo on his Jordan, the logo, the Hachimura logo on that bad boy as well. And like I said, this is a celebration of Mr. Hachimura coming into it. First, I believe the first Japanese-born player in the league, or the first, I think it's the first Japanese-born player in the league, essentially, celebrating his rise to the league as well. Of course, ingratiating itself to all the Japanese fans, of course. Looking at this thing, and the thing that really points out about this sneaker is, of course, that sole, that insole. Taking that insole out, giving us that classic, almost classic Japanese scenery on there as well. And of course, it has like akin to, of course, the Japanese culture and basketball. You see little basketball accents on that as well. I typically love those classic Japanese like mural paintings. I think those are super dope, and it just tells a story. And maybe it's just the weeb in me, the anime weeb in me that super loves it, that loves that feudal Japan look, but it's super dope in that sneaker, of course. And of course, the Hachimura logo gives us is an embroidered H that has a nice little border on that with a black background. The frilly little embroidery on that H that's surrounding the H as well looks super dope. And then on the bottom sole, you have a black bottom sole with some red accents. The shoes look super dope. Even the box looks dope. If you take a look at the box, is like this mural on the top of the box that shows like this cool kind of Japanese-ish art style, and you see my man out here dominating. I honestly was actually excited to see Hachimura. I was wanting to see how he played. He's played decent in 2K, if I recall. So definitely, this is definitely a sneaker that should be copped. We're looking at, of course, a $225 price point, and that is set to drop December 1st, 2021. I'm not necessarily seeing where this sneaker is set to drop. Actually, yeah, taking a look at it, it's set to drop in North America. You're gonna be able to grab that on the sneakers app. Looking at that thing, it just looks like it might be like a Jordan exclusive, but it's not. But you know, a Japanese exclusive, but it's not. It's actually set to drop. Another dope thing that we should definitely call out is the tab right above the bottom sole, the midsole. We have that little camouflage, like camo swirl that's kind of in that plastic pieces. I forgot what that piece is essentially called. I'm learning all these new names for these things, but definitely that piece looks super dope on that as well. And honestly, taking a second look, it looks like this underlays are suede, and this is like a weird like twill or weird leather material, but it kind of gives you that almost like that dojo look. Looking at it, I was trying to figure out what was the look that I was trying to go for, but it gives you that dojo look. It looks super dope. It's a super dope sneaker that is definitely unique, that you're not gonna see everywhere, and I definitely think you should get your hands on that as well. Get your house in order, man. Cop that sneaker. All right, guys, that's it. It's another a set of three in. I made that mistake last time. 3 in, 3 sneakers, and we out. We got 3 dope sneakers set, giving you guys ample time to get your house in order, get your money right, so you can cop these sneakers. I'm super excited about these. You should be excited about these. Let's go ahead and do a rundown on those things. We, of course, got the Midnight Navies. Those Midnight Navies, a little slight work, not disrespectful. This thing is definitely a dope sneaker. An all-white Jordan with a gum bottom, a nice blue, ice blue gum bottom on that thing with midnight accents, with that midnight accents on that thing as well. Of course, then we go to the Jordan 9s, the Child Reds, the Jordan 9 Child Reds with the super dope patent leather mudguard on that thing. Typically speaking, when you got a Jordan 9, they typically give you like a back tab with a specific colorway, and then it transitions to another. This is just a straight red with a black bottom sole with some black accents on top of that, giving you that primary red feel, almost giving you that Red October feel. And then last, we of course got the Dojos, the Rui Hachimura. I think that's how I say his name, Rui Hachimura. The Mr. Hachimuras dropping of course in December 2021, the Jordan 8s. First and foremost, we don't get Jordan 8s. We don't get new looks at Jordan 8s, so that's by itself makes this shoe super dope. We of course get that Sesame Dojo feel on that thing, that leather overlay with the suede underlay with the geometric patterns on the eyelids, and of course on the tongue itself with that nice Hachimura symbol in the middle with the nice dope embroidery work on that thing, with the insole with the Rule Japan painting on it with the little basketball symbols on it as well, just giving it a, I definitely love when I look inside my shoes and I see this dopeness. When you look inside your shoe and you see dopeness, you don't always get that, right? When we talked about, of course, the Watch the Thrones, you saw dopeness inside of that sneaker. Looking at this sneaker, you're gonna see dopeness inside of that sneaker. Speaking of dopeness, you're gonna see dopeness on the box when you get the mural, the Japanese style, traditional Japanese style mural of Mr. Hachimura doing his thing on the box itself. Of course, speaking with such excitement, I have to let you know my pick has to be the Jordan 8 Hachimuras. Those things right there, first of all, is a Jordan 8. We don't typically see a Jordan 8. First of all, we don't typically see new things done with a Jordan 8. I just told you about the dopeness on the inside. I just told you about the logo. And it's set to drop in the United States this year, so you can get it, you get your money right and you get right. And it only talk about $225 on that thing, $225 for a sneaker that we don't see a lot of, with new colorways, and it's probably gonna be a super resale. Easy pick, easy peasy. So definitely support. Go out and grab that Hachimura, the Jordan 8. Definitely continue to support the page. Definitely continue to support Sneaker Saturdays, the Logical Crazy Talk Podcast Network. The Logical Crazy Talk Podcast is gonna be coming back in December. That's gonna be super dope. I can't wait to get back with the fellas. We had to take a little breaky break. Of course, Stories with Chris coming back in December. Of course, To This Body Podcast. Of course, Sneaker Saturdays. It's your boy Money Mark signing out. Peace. All right, I do the Japanese. Peace.
Ever since I was a kid, I fell in love with this shit. I've been grinding for some years just to get in this bitch. Watch out for the industry, deliver them hits. Then be in LA trying to find a girl that drink hadn't hit. Damn, I ain't mean to spill the tea. I took a journey on the toll road. I had to pay the fee. Your mother fed you that poison, don't feed that shit to me.